Here's my audience. I'm missing a kid, but I've got 3. There we go. Allow me to entertain with an extensive amount of cursing, entwined with a large amount of abusive vulgarities and continuous sexual references that would even make the porn industry shudder. The entertainment industry is what I'm talking about. Slowly been demoralizing the values of the common household. I'm going to bring into light increased level of vulgarities present in day-to-day television that were banned and considered immoral, including cursing and sex, to name just a few. What was invented as a simple means of entertainment has evolved into a complete demoralization tool, turning us all into the Romans. Once hailed as safe for all viewers, primetime television has segued into an abyss of explicit content and suggestive material. Cussing, swearing, all the suggestive content you can think about that you wouldn't watch with your grandmother. The suggestive content of the 90s evening drama Beverly Hills 90210 initiated the need for a viewer discretion label before each episode to inform parents of the nature of its content. The targeted audience at the time for this show was girls, teenage girls, and the content was sexual in nature. They used the seduction of Luke Perry's smile, his charismatic personality to get his way, and he was just suave with the ladies. Shannon Doherty, she was kind of the bad gal, angelic in nature, to her parents with the devious whispers of going all the way, if you will, on the show with her friends. By contrast, what you had up until then was Saved by the Bell. The kids just got together, hung out, got in all kind of shenanigans that nobody really cared about. It was a bad show. Suggestive content and the need to warn parents of its presence was only a sign of what changes in entertainment would, what the changes in entertainment would manifest. I understand full well that people's interests change, and we're all looking for something new. But I resent the notion that our creativity is limited to that of the indecent. Cussing on television was unheard of in the 90s, and to me growing up in the 80s and 90s, I have first-hand knowledge as to how far the tolerance of the FCC envelope has been pushed. Perfect Strangers was a sitcom that I watched when I was a child. Balky Bartokomous, referring to his cousin Larry as a son of a motherless goat, was as close to swearing as prime time would allow. The word shit became acceptable to say on television. South Park commemorated the occasion with the episode entitled "It Hit the Fan," where shit was coined 162 times in a short 30-minute program. From 2005 to 2010, reflected an increase of the bleeped version of the F word on prime time from 11 times to 276 times. That's an increase of 2,409%. Society's expectation of prime time may have grown numb and callous to vulgar verbiage, but children's programming is no longer exempt. Children's entertainment is continuing to mature with no end in sight. One can only question when their level of entertainment is going to merge with ours. Explicit content is creeping into children's programming by DreamWorks, Disney, Nickelodeon. They've all been in some way, shape, or form bringing in suggestive content. Example, Disney's Toy Story. Mr. Potato Head pulls his lips off his face and starts smacking them up against his hind end so as to illustrate that Slink was a kiss ass. DreamWorks contributes with Sinbad, Legend of the Seas, of the Seven Seas, where lust for women is widely portrayed. All the artwork and everything like that is all about lust. Sony Pictures weighs in with adolescent characters confusing a vulva with uvula. You'd have to see the show, but it's actually quite comical, but it's pretty far out there. It's as though all entertainment must contain some level of inappropriateness for all ages. The desire to be entertained and to enjoy ourselves is completely natural and needs to be exercised regardless of what our society norms are and what our personal muse may be. Having said that, the option to monitor the content that feeds into our homes is not up to the FCC, it is up to our own discretion. In other words, if you want to maintain a somewhat normal household, just keep in mind that the outside influences you expose yourself to, especially if they're right inside your home. Or you could just simply turn off the TV.